Kobe, first camp with Jim Hiller as the head coach. Any differences you noticed from a gym day one or just another day one for you?
No, I think, to be completely honest, I was paying more attention to myself than anybody else. So, no, I mean, not a whole lot. Just some tweaks here and there, obviously, that he brought in last year already. And, now just, I guess, taking a step forward and make sure that, we're going to be ready for game one.
We heard a lot over the summer from Jimmy, from Blakey, this phrase, get uncomfortable with the way that the group plays. In your words, what does that phrase mean with how this group wants to play?
I mean, getting uncomfortable is, obviously getting out of your comfort zone sometimes to do stuff that you don't do necessarily, but helps the team win. So, and it's one of those things that obviously comes to each and every individual to chip in and pull their own weight and make sure that we're all pulling in the same direction.
He talked about being more physical, getting to the dirty areas, and the accountability of players. Are you guys looking to kind of challenge each other and raise each other's level more this season?
I mean, that's what you're trying to do every year, obviously. It's about letting each other down in this locker room, and like I said, making sure that everybody's pulling their weight and pulling in the same direction. And I think with a few additions this summer, I think the team has Blakey made a good job bringing in, I guess, different variety of guys. Brought in size, brought in strength, brought in speed. So, we're excited to have those guys here and excited to get the things rolling.
They also talked about kind of continuing to lean into your guys' identity as a physical team, defense first team. But like Juice and Kev had talked about maybe some changes that they might like to see as far as tweaks in the forecheck, the attack, that sort of thing. Are you thinking that this team might be a little bit different structurally, or it's more kind of strengthened in the concept you guys already had?
Yeah, we'd really like to score 6 goals a game, but don't think that can happen on daily basis. So it's a matter of keeping the puck out of our net first and foremost, and then obviously going on the attack and make sure that we produce and at the end of the day win games.
Are you guys looking at it as as a departure from the 1-3-1, or more working with the 1-3-1, but like I said, making those tweaks or adjustments within that?
We're not going to play the 1-3-1 this year.
Okay.
So getting away from it and, again, sound defensively and, go from there.
Kobe, what would a successful season look like to you?
Good start, be consistent, make the playoffs, and take the next step in the playoffs.
What about personally? Same
Personally?
amount of, same, like 75, 80 points.
I'd like to win. I don't care about the points. I'd like to be playing in April and May and beyond.
Q's played the middle obviously before, but it looks like there's the movement to make it more of a permanent move. How much has he picked your brain over time whatsoever about the nuances and intricacies about the position, and because now he'll be asked to drive his own line?
Yeah, I mean, here and there. We haven't sat down for 2 hours and talked about middle of the ice. Absolutely not. But it's here and there. We've played together. Honestly, we talk more on the bench during the game than anything else, because it's I guess hot coming off the ice, and you understand, I feel like, a little bit more, and obviously been trying to help him and will continue to do so going forward. And he's been all ears, so I'm excited to see what he can do at center, and I'm sure he's going to be in good shape.
You talk about the moves that you made, but the biggest move is the subtraction. What did you think when you heard Dubois got traded, and why do you think it didn't work here for him?
Why? I don't know. I mean, it's he's a good guy. Obviously, it's not that he was a bad guy and didn't get along with anyone. He he was here. Everybody liked him. It's just for whatever reason that it didn't work on the ice. So. I mean, at the end of the day, it's business, right? And this business runs on wins and losses, and being productive and making sure you're pulling your own weight. And at the end of the day, I think he would tell himself that he didn't do enough, and that's why Blakey did what he did. And you know, I guess we all got to move on. He got a fresh start, and I'm sure he's excited about it, and we're excited about this team right now, and we're looking ahead, not back.
With Q going into the middle, that means he obviously won't be with you and Juice this year. Impressions of Alex Laferriere coming back off of a pro year, what can he bring to your line?
Speed, energy. Obviously, he's got a good shot, so, you know, I guess having two wingers with good shots, it's got to make sure that give him the puck and in the areas where they can get it off, and hopefully we can produce just like we did with Q.
Is there anything specific about Laff that stands out to you about his game now compared to where he was a year ago?
We had two 30-minute scrimmages, so I haven't seen a whole lot of him yet.
I understand talking about looking forward, but you know, in doing that, Phil had some comments this summer about you know, this being maybe a make or break year in you guys' build, and also about just how costly it was, the whole investment last season. Obviously losing Gabe, losing Dursey, a number of other assets. How do you kind of recover from that and move forward? How do you kind of reset, I guess, after you know, a very sinewy season last year?
I mean, by looking forward, really. You know, if we go back and mope about that or thinking about that too much, it happened, it didn't work, and now we brought in new guys that we're really excited about, and so look ahead and, you know, not worry about what happened in last year or 2 years or 4 years before that.
The guy coming back in that trade was Darcy Kemper, a guy that you and Drew are familiar with. What does he bring to the locker room as a teammate coming back to the Kings?
Well, just some experience, obviously. Won a cup in Colorado, so that's huge. And I mean, he's been in the league for a long time, so he knows what it takes. He's been on losing teams where I'm sure he was miserable, and he's, like I said, he won the cup, so I know he knows what it takes to get there too. So we're excited to have Darce back, and you know, again, looking ahead.